Welcome back to SLNacademy. All the entities that have the properties of life are called living organisms. Based on size, they are mainly of two types. They are microorganisms and macroorganisms. In this video, let us talk about different types of microorganisms, benefits and harmful effects of them, and macroorganisms. Macroorganisms. Organisms that are large enough to be seen by the naked eye are called macroorganisms. Examples of macroorganisms are spiders, scorpions, beetles, earthworms, etc. Microorganisms. Organisms which cannot be seen with the naked eye are called microorganisms. We require microscopes to view them. Example: bacteria, virus, etc. Let us start with microorganisms. We will talk about macroorganisms later in this video. Microorganisms are also called as microbes. In a teaspoon of soil, we can find about 100 billion microorganisms. There are about 100 trillion microorganisms present in human intestines. Some microbes can make nutrients and minerals in the soil available to plants. They produce hormones that stimulate the plant growth. Microorganisms are present everywhere. They live in the air, on land, and in freshwater as well as saltwater environments. Some of them are harmful and some of them are beneficial too. Cell is the basic unit of life. Based on number of cells, organisms can be divided into two types. They are unicellular and multicellular organisms. Organisms with single cell are called as unicellular organisms. Organisms with multiple cells are called as multicellular organisms. In unicellular organisms, all functions are performed by the single cell. The study of microorganisms is called as microbiology. The scientists who study about microorganisms are called microbiologists. The word microbiology came from Greek words micros, which means small, bios, which means life, and logia is a suffix which is commonly added. So the word microbiology means the study of microorganisms. About 300 years ago, a Dutch businessman and scientist, Anton van Leeuwenhoek, discovered the world of tiny living things that are present everywhere but are too small to be seen with the naked eye. He is also known as the father of microbiology. Types of microorganisms. Microorganisms can be divided into 5 groups. They are bacteria, fungi, algae, protozoa, and virus. Bacteria. They are the simplest of creatures that are considered alive. Bacteria are small single-celled microorganisms whose only purpose of living is to replicate. They have no cell nucleus or other membrane-bound organelle. Bacteria function and reproduce as individual cells, but they can often aggregate in multicellular colonies. Shapes of bacteria. Bacteria are mainly found in three basic shapes. They are spherical, rod-shaped, and spiral. A coccus or cocky bacteria has a spherical or generally round shape. Bacillus is a rod-shaped bacteria, and there are spiral-shaped bacteria as well. It is a cluster of E. coli bacteria which is magnified 10,000 times. It is commonly found in the lower intestine of warm-blooded organisms. Most are harmless, but some can cause serious food poisoning in their hosts. Harmless, normal microbacteria of the gut can benefit their hosts by producing vitamin K and by preventing bacteria that can cause disease. Fungi. Fungi look more like plants. But its characteristics places fungi in a different kingdom from plants and bacteria. They are helpful in decomposing dead organic material in the soil, in the absence of which it would be difficult to utilize the important elements therein. Examples of some common fungi are mushrooms, molds, and yeast. These organisms are classified as a kingdom fungi. They acquire their food by absorbing dissolved molecules, typically by secreting digestive enzymes into their environment. Some fungi are microscopic and some are macroscopic. Growth of fungi can be restricted by the use of refrigerator or freezer. Algae. Algae are a group of simple plant-like organisms. Algae vary in size and grow in different habitats. Some of them are microscopic and some of them are macroscopic. Like plants, most algae use the energy of sunlight to make their own food by photosynthesis. Most algae grow in freshwater or seawater. They also grow on soil, trees, and animals. Examples of algae are fucus, volvox, etc. But we cannot group algae with plants because algae lack roots, leaves, and other plant-like structures. Volvox is a microscopic algae which can cause algal blooms in ponds. It produces some toxins which can cause death of fishes. Fucus is multicellular macroscopic algae. It is useful as medicine. Some fucus are also used as seafood. Protozoa. Protozoa are single-celled microorganisms. They are found in soil, freshwater, and oceans. Most live individually and some form colonies. Examples of protozoa are amoeba, euglena, and paramecium. They vary in shape and they show variation in the mode of movement, nutrition, and reproduction. Single-cell animals require bacteria to eat and water for movement. Virus. Viruses are the smallest of all microorganisms. They have some characters of living things and some of non-living things. So they cannot be grouped along with living things. They lack any cellular structure but can grow and multiply inside another host organisms. Not all microbes are harmful. Some are beneficial too. Let us have a look at benefits of microorganisms. Some microorganisms are responsible for decomposing dead organic material. Without such bacteria, the earth would be covered with materials of dead organisms. Bacteria help in digestion by breaking down food materials in the intestine. There are about 100 trillion of microorganisms present in human intestine. Rhizobia is a bacteria found in the roots of plants like groundnut. It changes nitrogen present in the air into ammonia and amino acids and other components that are useful for the growth of the plant. It requires a plant host for nitrogen fixation. Each root nodule present in this picture contains billions of Rhizobia bacteria. Bacteria help in formation of curd from milk. Curd is made by bacterial fermentation of milk. In this process, lactose in milk is converted into lactic acid by several probiotic microorganisms. Some edible fungi, like mushrooms, can be eaten raw or in cooked form. Mushrooms are used extensively in cooking in many cuisines. Though it is neither meat nor vegetable, mushrooms are known as the meat of the vegetable world. Some fungi, like Penicillium, produce antibiotic called penicillin that is used as medicine which kills or stops the growth of some harmful bacteria and reduces infection. Penicillin was discovered in 1928 by Alexander Fleming. Most aquatic animals feed on algae. There are many types of edible algae which are widely used in cooking. Seaweed has been used as fertilizer. It is also an excellent source of potassium. Harmful effects of microorganisms. Mycobacterium tuberculosis bacteria causes diseases like tuberculosis, which is also known as TB. It is an infectious disease, usually affects the lungs, but can also affect other parts of the body. If left untreated, it kills about half of those who are affected. Some fungi cause damage to food products, example, bread molds. It grows in multicellular form. It results in discoloration and fuzzy appearance on food. An algal bloom or algae bloom is a rapid increase of algae in freshwater or marine water systems. And we can recognize this by the discoloration in the water. Excess growth of algae can cause foul smell and block movement in water canals. This bloom can block the sunlight from reaching other organisms, deplete oxygen levels in the water, and some algae produce toxins which are harmful to fishes. Protozoa like Entamoeba histolytica cause diseases like amoebic dysentery, which is also called as amoebiasis. It results in abdominal pain, diarrhea, or bloody diarrhea. Protozoa like T. brucei cause sleeping sickness in humans and pigs. It is caused by the bite of an infected insect. Initially, it causes fever, headache, itchiness, joint pains. Gradually, it leads to confusion, poor coordination, numbness, and trouble sleeping. Some viruses cause tobacco mosaic disease in plants. It infects a wide range of plants, especially tobacco. The infection causes mosaic-like patterns and discoloration on the leaves. Measles is caused by rubella virus. Measles is a highly contagious infectious disease. Initial symptoms typically include high fever, cough, runny nose, and inflamed eyes. Later, small white spots may form inside the mouth and red flat rash spread all over the body. Rotavirus is a contagious virus that can cause gastroenteritis, which is inflammation of the stomach and intestines. Symptoms include severe watery diarrhea, vomiting, fever, abdominal pain, etc. Infants and young children are most likely to get rotavirus disease. Multicellular microorganisms. Not all multicellular organisms are macroscopic. Some are so tiny that we require a microscope to view them. One of the examples of multicellular microorganism is the microscopic mite. Most of the multicellular microscopic organisms are aquatic. But some organisms like mosquito larvae live in the water for some time, and when mature, they leave their water habitat. Hydra. They are simple freshwater animals. They are a few millimeters long and are best studied under microscope. Hydras have regenerative ability, which means they can develop a new part in case of damage or breakage. They don't seem to die. They have stinging cells and tentacles with which they capture prey. They obtain food from water directly. So far, we have discussed about microorganisms and types of microorganisms such as bacteria, fungi, algae, protozoa, and virus. We have also discussed about few benefits and harmful effects of microorganisms. Welcome back to SLNacademy. Multicellular organisms and cell organization in multicellular organisms. In unicellular organisms, all functions are performed by the single cell, whereas in multicellular organisms, cells work differently. Let us have a look at cell organization in multicellular organisms. As mentioned before, multicellular organisms are organisms that have more than one cell. Cell. Cell is the basic unit of living organism. Each kind of cell is structured to perform a highly specialized function. By observing the cell structure, we can clearly understand its function. Examples of cells are blood cells, nerve cells, etc. Tissue. In multicellular organisms, a collection of cells that work together to perform similar function is called tissue. Example: bone tissue, muscle tissue, loose connectivity tissue, etc. Organs. Various tissues that perform coordinated functions form organs. Examples of organs are heart, lungs, brain, etc. Organ systems. Organs that work together to perform major life processes form organ systems. Examples of organ systems are circulatory system, nervous system, muscular system, skeletal system, digestive system, etc. Organ systems work together and form the complete multicellular organism. Cells that work together in the form of tissue. Tissues with coordinated functions form organs. Organs that work together form organ systems. Multiple organ systems that work together and form complete organism. Types of cells. Each kind of cell is specialized in its functionality. For example, the skin cells in the small intestines promotes the absorption of food. Nerve cells or neurons are another kind of specialized cells which enables reflex action. Plant cells. Multicellular organisms contain a vast array of highly specialized cells. Plants contain root cells, leaf cells, and stem cells, etc. Each have a different functionality. Some cells help to absorb water and minerals from soil, some to prepare their food, and some are helpful in transferring the water and minerals, etc. throughout the body. Human cells. Humans have skin cells, nerve cells, muscle cells, etc. Each kind of cell is structured to perform a highly specialized function. Skin cells protect the body against pathogens, which are harmful bacteria, and also protects from excess water loss. Nerve cells enables reflex action. Muscle cells are long tubular cells that help in movement. Let us look at the structure and function of muscle cells. Two main functions of muscles are to produce movement and to maintain posture. These are achieved by adjusting the length and tension of muscle. Simply, we can say that muscles work by contracting and relaxing. There are three basic types of muscles in the human body. They are skeletal muscles, cardiac muscles, and smooth muscles. Skeletal muscles. It is attached to the bone and is important in producing movements in our joints and maintaining our posture. Skeletal muscles are also called as voluntary muscles because they can be controlled by us. The striated cells of cardiac and skeletal muscles are referred as muscle fibers. Cardiac muscles. Cardiac muscles are the muscles found in the heart. They are self-contracting and must continue to contract in rhythmic fashion for the whole life of an organism. Cardiac muscles are involuntary muscles as they cannot be controlled by us. Visceral muscles. They are also called as smooth muscles. They are the muscles found within the walls of internal organs such as esophagus, stomach, intestines, blood vessels, etc. Smooth muscle cells are often relatively short and usually have only one nucleus. Smooth muscles are also involuntary muscles. Structure and function of nerve cell. The human body is made up of trillions of cells. Cells of the nervous system, which are also called as nerve cells or neurons. They are specialized in carrying messages. The human brain has approximately 100 billion neurons. Neurons come in many different shapes and sizes. Some of the smallest neurons have cell bodies that are only 4 microns wide. 1 micron is equal to 1,000th of a millimeter. Similarities between neurons and other cells in the body. Neurons are surrounded by cell membrane. Neurons have a nucleus. How is the nerve cell different from the other cell? Let us see the difference between neurons and the other cells in the body. Neurons have specialized extensions called dendrites and axons. Dendrites bring information to the cell body and axons take information away from the cell body. Neurons communicate with each other. Parts of a nerve cell are dendrites, soma, nucleus, axon, myelin sheath, axon terminal button. Dendrites are branched extension of a nerve cell. Soma is cell body. An axon is called as nerve fiber. For some of the nerve cells, axons are shorter and for some they are longer. Myelin is a fatty substance present in nerve cells. Axon terminals are the terminations of branches of an axon. There are plenty of different cells that are present in the human body, each with a specialized functionality. Let us have a look on them. They are nerve cells, red blood cells, smooth muscle cells, fat cells, intestinal epithelial cells, striated muscle cells, bone tissue cells, loose connectivity tissue cells, etc. I hope you have understood the concept of microorganisms and macroorganisms. In the same way, we have also discussed about unicellular and multicellular organisms, different types of microorganisms, and cell organization in multicellular organisms. Let us start with our exercise. Question number 1. Cardiac muscles are involuntary muscles. State true or false. Question number 2. Name the organism which have regenerative ability. Question number 3. What is the functionality of neuron? Write down all your answers in the comment section mentioned below. If you still have doubts, no problem, you can go back to the starting point of this video. And don't forget to write your answers in the comment section mentioned below. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please click on subscribe button and don't forget to like, comment or share. After subscribing, click on the bell icon to get the alerts about new videos on this channel.